So, today I haven't vlogged in a while, and I figured I'll do a movie review since nothing to vlog about since my life is so boring. So recently I saw Star Trek Into Darkness. I saw it on the premiere day, Friday the 17th I think it was, and then I saw it 2 days ago. And anyway, short non-spoiler review is that you should see it. It is awesome. You don't have to be a Star Trek fan to watch it, but if you are and you know the TOS movies, bonus points because they're awesome, and more bonus points because you'll enjoy it more, trust me. And yeah, so the longer spoiler-filled version, mostly ranting, is I liked it a lot. Let's see. I liked the homage to the original TOS movies involving Khan. I thought that was a really good idea, and I thought they did it really well. The acting was really good, obviously, and effects were great, obviously. I loved the music. I love the theme song they have now. And still lots of lens flares. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but some of them seemed a little unnecessary. And all that jazz. But most of this video is going to be me ranting about the things that I had issues with. And the first thing is a thing that I had an issue with in the first movie as well, and that is the aliens. Okay, I am a big Star Trek fan. I'm probably the average Star Trek fan. So I can't really speak for all of us, but I can say that I didn't really like the random aliens. I wish they had more aliens that the fans are familiar with. And I know that TOS didn't have too many consistent aliens that appeared a lot, and I know that some were brought up in both movies, like the Gorn, that was a good one. And obviously the Tribble, my personal favorite. But I just feel like it would have been nice to see people like, oh, something that's not a human or a Vulcan that I recognize and I know. The Klingons were good, yes. I was actually really curious about how they were going to do that, since in TOS, Klingons didn't have all the face makeup stuff, really, as much as TNG did. And, yeah, so I thought that was interesting to see. And, yeah, I just wish that there were more aliens that we were familiar with, and rather than just, I don't know, they felt like they were just, like it was like a Star Wars thing, like just random, unimportant, unnecessary, background-filling, pointless alien characters just because it's an alien-related thing, and I didn't like that. I wish they could have done more homage to the original series. Number 2, the continuous and blatant sexism that is the movie industry. And I think that happens with pretty much every movie nowadays, and just ever. And it's just, I feel like if Roddenberry was alive today, obviously he would be insanely happy that Star Trek is still a thing, and that people still love and appreciate his work and his ideas, and it's just, I feel like he'd be kind of disappointed with this aspect of it. And yeah, because Roddenberry, I've done projects and research and stuff on the guy, and it's just, he's a very progressive and ahead of his time person, and he really fought tooth and nails to try and get more women and just a general equality on his show, but he had issues with people like the producers and stuff like that, and it was pretty much either women or aliens, and obviously he had to have an alien on the ship, because that's the whole show, is them exploring alien worlds. So he had to sacrifice the women to keep Spock, and I don't know. Obviously we have POC Uhura, so that's awesome. And I don't know, just nowadays in a culture where things like this can happen, it's like, where is this? Come on. This is what Roddenberry wanted. This is what he tried to do. We're in a position now where it's an accepted thing, finally, for that to happen, and yet it still hasn't happened. Like, Uhura, she is an awesome character, and I love that she's very strong and independent, and that's great, and I love that. But I want more. She's one character. In the Into Darkness movie, there are pretty much two main female characters. One of which, obviously Uhura, and the other Marcus. But I mean, where are the other women? There's random background filler ones, but what about women captains, women admirals, or just general women leaders? It's lost. I don't know, it's just kind of disappointing to see that happen. Can we get out of the 1950s now? Seriously? It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, there's that. Number 3. Where's my Khan? Seriously? Ugh. So much. He had, 5 minutes of screen time max? It was very sad. The villains can be very powerful when on screen, especially when played by very skilled actors. And I thought that Benedict Cumberbatch did a really great job, and he was just completely took over the screen whenever he was on it. And it's just, I wish they took advantage of that, and they just didn't. And Khan is the biggest villain in TOS, and he's not even there. That's not even the whole focus of the film. I feel like I would just really give him his own movie. And this would have been so much better had this been a prequel to a third movie that would have been all Khan. Because there was things in this movie that I really wished were touched on more, that had so much potential to be awesome, but were just dropped because of the Khan subplot. And because Starfleet gets attacked by random Romulans from another universe who destroy Vulcan. They want to become more militarized. That's awesome. That's a great twist to the Starfleet's whole peace thing. That would have been awesome to see touched on and explored. And they had some of that in this, but then it's just dropped. There's the one admiral who was yes, let's build weapons and ships and stuff and go to war, and then once he's gone, all of a sudden, that's it? It's over? They're suddenly just cured of this insanely powerful temptation? It doesn't work like that. And I feel had this movie just been about that I feel it would have been much better, and they could have just built into Khan. When I was watching it, I thought that Khan was actually going to be the more helpful person and just help them take down this new militarized Starfleet. And then it would lead into the third movie where he's okay, now I'm going to do my thing and be evil and such. But I mean, it was 2 major plot points shoved into one movie, which made both of the things pretty much subplots, and I didn't like that. I felt like they should have been 2 separate movies. So, yeah. And the fact that Khan was defeated so easily, I think that the things were just so rushed. The Admiral was defeated very easily, Khan was defeated very easily. It was 2 episodes of a Star Trek thing just into one, and I didn't like it. I feel like it could have been expanded and touched on much more. But yeah, and number 4, the last one I could think of on my list, was the ending. This isn't Star Wars. Please don't make Star Trek into Star Wars. You could have come up with such an original ending, and you didn't. You just took the one from, what was it, episode 4 of Star Wars with the things going over in the huge speech, and just don't take the ending of the Star Wars movie and shove it into a Star Trek movie just because you're doing a Star Wars movie. Like, please don't do that. These two are two separate universes, and you're gonna get a shit ton of fans pissed off because of that. And it's just, when I'm watching a Star Trek movie, I want to be watching a Star Trek movie. I want to be in that universe. If I wanted to be in the Star Wars universe, I would watch a Star Wars movie. Yeah, all in all, it was a good movie, but I feel like things could have been pushed more. I would have liked to see, in the writing especially, just things more pushed. Like, it just wasn't enough. They put too much in one movie, and then both things didn't get enough for each other, and the sexism, obviously. I gotta touch on that. And, but yeah, other than that, it was still a good movie. There's still a lot of awesome things about it. And I was still very happy to watch it, and I don't regret having paid for it twice. So, yeah, I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10, despite its flaws. And if you haven't seen it already, then you should go watch it. And if you're angry that I spoiled anything for you, not my problem, I warned you. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. Kind of a long video, sorry about that. But yeah, till next time I guess.